Hi friends! Let's begin our time together today with a song. Listen carefully and enjoy.
Yummy, yummy pizza from the cafeteria. Yummy, yummy pizza from the cafeteria. Tony and Teresa each ate part of the pizza. Tony ate 4/5 and Teresa ate 6/10. Who ate more of the pizza? Who ate more of the pizza? Yummy, yummy pizza from the cafeteria. Yummy, yummy pizza from the cafeteria.
Teresa and Tony each ordered a pizza from the school cafeteria. Teresa ate 6/10 of hers, while Tony ate 4/5 of his pizza. Who ate more? Which fraction is greater? You might say Teresa ate more because numbers 6 and 10 are greater than 4 and 5. But when it comes to comparing fractions, this is not the case because Tony is the one who ate more. Believe it or not, 4/5 is greater than 6/10. How come? Why would 4 and 5 be greater than 6 and 10? Watch this episode of Madrasati to find out why and to learn 3 easy ways to compare fractions. Who ate more? Teresa, who ate 6/10 of her pizza, or Tony, who ate 4/5 of his pizza? This can be confusing, especially that the numbers 6 and 10 are greater than 4 and 5, which makes us think that 6/10 is the greater fraction. Let's divide Teresa's pizza into 10 equal slices and Tony's into 5 equal slices. Notice how the slice in each pizza is different in size. This is the amount of pizza each of them ate. We can clearly see that Tony is the one who ate more. That's because the pizza divided into 10 parts contains small slices, and 6 of these small slices would still be less than 4 from the other pizza. Well, it would have been much easier for you had I told you that Teresa ate 3/5 instead of 6/10. Comparing 3/5 and 4/5 is simpler. In this case, both pizzas are divided into 5 parts, and obviously 3 out of 5 is less than 4 out of 5. Let me tell you that 3/5 and 6/10 are equal fractions. Do you remember how we find equal fractions? We divide or multiply both numbers of a fraction by any same number. In this case, we multiply by 2. So if these 2 fractions are equal, and if 3/5 is smaller than 4/5, then 6/10 is also smaller than 4/5. That's what we saw when we cut the pizza with Teresa and Tony. Let's compare these 2 fractions. Which one is greater? The number below the line is called the denominator. Remember the word down that begins with a D. Denominator is the number down, below the line. Both fractions here have the same denominator, 12. So we can simply compare the numerators, which are the numbers on top. 7 is greater than 5, so 7/12 is greater than 5/12. 7 out of the 12 parts is more than 5 out of the 12. What about these 2 fractions? It is more difficult to compare them because they have different denominators. Let's think of an equal fraction to 3/4 that has a denominator of 12. What number multiplied by 4 equals to 12? 4 times 3 equals to 12, so we must also multiply 3 by 3 to get an equal fraction. 3/4 equals to 9/12. Now we can compare 8/12 to 9/12 instead. 9 is greater than 8, so 8/12 is less than 3/4. We used an equal fraction to help us compare. It is much easier when we have the same denominators. We simply compare the numbers on top. Let's compare the weight of a cow with the weight of a pony. The cow weighs 2/3 of a ton, and the pony's weight is 3/5 of a ton. Which one is heavier? Which fraction is the greater fraction? Let me show you a quicker way to compare. We can cross multiply. Multiply 5 by 2. It's 10. Multiply 3 times 3, it's 9. Now compare 10 and 9. 10 is greater than 9. This means 2/3 is greater than 3/5. How easy is that? Let's imagine that each of these bars represents a ton. I'll divide one bar into 3 equal parts and the other bar into 5 equal parts. If we compare 3 out of 5 parts from this bar to 2 out of 3 bars from that bar, we notice that 2 pieces out of the 3 are more than the 3 pieces out of the 5. This pie chart or circle graph gives information about the number of farm animals at a farm in the village. There are 16 farm animals in total, including dogs, sheep, cows, and chickens. What does this graph tell us? Out of the 16 farm animals, 1/8 are dogs, 3/8 are sheep, 2/16 are cows, and 1/2 are chickens. Which animal does the farm have the most of? Which animal do they have the least of? Let's compare by only looking at the graph. There are chicken the most. We notice that they make half the animals, and all the other types fit in the other half of the circle graph. Do you see any sections that are equal in size? Look carefully. The dog and the cow sections are the smallest in size, and they seem to be equal as well. So according to our observation, half is greater than 3/8, which is greater than 1/8 and 2/16, which are equal. Let's use our math skills now to check whether our observation is correct. Let's compare the first two fractions. They have different denominators, so we will cross multiply. 2 times 3 equals to 6. 8 times 1 equals to 8. 8 is the greater number, so 1/2 is the greater fraction. Comparing 3/8 with 1/8 is easy, since they have the same denominator. 3/8 is greater. We are left with the last two fractions. Let's double check whether they are equal. Can you think of a number to multiply by 1 and 8 and get 2 and 16? That's correct. It's 2. Our observations were correct. Now, there are more chickens than sheep on the farm. Can you find how many more? How many more chickens are there than sheep? But first, we need to find the exact number of sheep and the exact number of chickens. We already know that the total number of farm animals is 16. So how much is 3/8 of 16? And how much is half of 16? Do you remember how to solve this? We divide 16 by 8, then the answer is multiplied by 3. 16 divided by 8 equals to 2, and 2 times 3 equals to 6. There are 6 sheep. Let's now find the number of chickens. 16 divided by 2 equals to 8, and 8 multiplied by 1 is 8. Anyway, we already know that in order to find half a number, we must divide by 2. Half the 16 is 8. Now, how many more chickens are there than sheep? What is the difference between 6 and 8? We subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. There are 2 more chickens than sheep on the farm. The circle graph gave us some information about the farm animals, and we were able to know a lot more once we used the skills we have learned. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
لمشاهدة المزيد من الحلقات زوروا سات7 بلس.